This is some good info. Okay. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel if you didn't know. Okay, so today's video is going to be all about 5 common mistakes that lash techs make, not even just when starting out, just in general, because I've seen this happen so much. So let's get into it. So my number one thing that I see that lash techs continuously do, and it is just so wrong in so many ways, and I can't believe it's become such a norm. It's using the wrong lengths. Like, I've seen so many lash artists out there put like 15s in people's inner corners and then just go all the way around. It's just ridiculous. I don't care if your client's asking for that. That is not okay. At the end of the day, your job as a lash artist is to maintain the health of your client's lashes as well as giving them what they want. So it's your job to let them know that it is not okay to do that, because you will totally ruin your client's lashes. I can't imagine what it feels like to have 0.15s or not 0.15s, like 15 millimeters, or even like a 14, like anything past like a 13 is just crazy to me to have in your inner corners, because at the end of the day, your inner corner lashes are super thin, super faint. They are the most fragile lashes out there, so you have to make sure that you are going lighter and shorter with those inner corners so that you don't damage them. It drives me insane. But then even your outer corners, like I know some people want like that cat eye look, and that's totally fine and totally achievable, but you have to make sure that you're doing it the right way. That means that if a client wants like a super cat-eyed look and they want it to look super long and super dramatic, but you know that they cannot handle a super long and dramatic length, all you have to do is adjust your overall set. So you start by going shorter in your inner corner, so that way the end looks even longer, even if it is like a 13 or even like a 12. I've seen 12 millimeter lengths as the longest length on the outer corners, and they look amazing. They look so good. They look like these really nice long cat-eyed looks, but it's because your inner corner is starting with like even like a 7 millimeter or an 8 millimeter, because it fans out really nicely. So you just have to adjust to your client's natural lashes. And at the end of the day, I have clients that I put a 0.18 on, and it's like 2 clients I have out of my entire list of clients, because those are the only 2 that can support it. Most clients' lashes cannot support it. It is very rare to find a client's lashes that can actually support having those lengths on them, because it's just ridiculously long, ridiculously heavy, and you're totally damaging their lashes. So please don't do it. Don't do it. At the end of the day, if a client wants that look, tell them to wear strip lashes, because it is just too much. You can always try to like maneuver your way around it by maybe putting some shorter lengths in and some longer lengths in to make it look longer. There's always ways with lash extensions to give an illusion of longer lashes without actually putting an 18 millimeter in there, because it's not okay. Okay, that being said, now the next most common mistake is not customizing your client's sets. So that being said, if a client comes in and she has super short lashes and she wants a cat eye, that is totally doable. You would definitely do a shorter length, because her lashes are probably on the weaker side. And this is just hypothetically saying if her lashes are short and weak, because you can have some clients that have short but really strong lashes. But at the end of the day, you definitely want to keep the integrity of their lashes. So you would do something shorter for that client, even though you can achieve the same style. But then if you have another client come in that also wants a cat eye, but she has longer lashes, or she has long or short, even shorter lashes that just look healthier, have more weight to them naturally, are just thicker and stronger, you can obviously go a little bit higher for that set. So that being said, you can't buy a certain set of lashes, meaning you can't have like a 13 to or 12 to a 14 millimeter in length and then just use that for everybody and keep doing that 13 14 or 12 13 14 12 13 14 for everybody. It's just not feasible. It doesn't make sense, and you're not giving your client that super personalized experience, because at the end of the day, they come to you because they trust you, and you need to customize each set to better suit them. So you can have clients that have great natural lashes, but maybe their inner corners are stronger, but then their outer corners aren't so strong. So in that sense, you would kind of just like go lighter in weight on the outer corners. Maybe you can keep the length but just go lighter in a certain weight, or you can kind of just go shorter and keep the weight. It just depends. You have to customize each set to each client. So that's why consultations are super important, and evaluating your client's lashes are super important, because these are all things that lay out the foundation of your set. So it's not just, hey, lay down, let's get it going, and you start applying whatever you think. You have to make sure that you're applying based on what you're seeing. Okay, and then kind of the same point but a little bit different is basically just treating every client the same. Every client is so different, and that comes with their natural lashes, their skin, their eye shape. It's all very, very different. So if you have a client that comes in and you're prepping her because she has dry skin, you need to make sure that the next client that comes in that doesn't have dry skin, you're prepping her differently, because they're two different clients. So you need to treat each client super unique in their own way, because some clients may have dry skin, some clients may have oily skin, some clients may have more buildup than other clients. It's just the way it is. So when you're prepping your client now, some people you can probably tape them, or you can probably use a pad. Some people you can use a cleanser, or you can use a primer, or you need both just because they're that oily. It totally depends. So you need to make sure, again, that you're evaluating each client's lashes, their overall appearance, and the texture of their skin, and these little things you have to ask questions like, do you think you get, because I have a client and she gets so oily. Her eyelids specifically get super oily. So I know when she comes in, I have to give her a lash bath and prime her, because that is the only way her lashes are going to stay on properly, and they're not going to just pop off, because she gets oily like that. Like, it's insane how fast she gets oily. So in that sense, like, I would prep her differently than I would prep another client who has dry skin. So you have to make sure that you're prepping your clients differently and you're catering to their needs. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes that I personally made when I started doing lashes too, actually for the longest time, was I was actually taping my clients so wrong. Taping, putting pads, whatever you want to call it. I remember that when I started doing it, I was doing what they taught me, was just to like make sure you get every single lash down at the bottom, tape down so you don't get them stuck. And that was the horror of it, was like, don't get your clients stuck. And yes, of course, that's a thing. You have to make sure you don't get them stuck and shut their eyes, but you want to make sure that you're taping down the bottom lashes properly, but not hiding any of the top lashes. So that was something that was happening to me, and it was mostly in the inner corners and outer corners. So the center of my lashes were looking great, but then when they'd open, they have no inner corner lashes or outer corner lashes, because they were all stuck underneath the pad. So you have to make sure that you're taping and you're using your pads in the proper way, and you have to make sure before you start lashing that you do a nice little lift on the lid to make sure you can see every single lash available to you for you to lash. So that's the only way you're going to get a full proper set. And it's so stupid that it took me that long to figure that out, but it took me a while. And honestly, once you figure that out and you start taping properly and using the pads properly, it is such a game changer. You don't understand, like, your entire set will change and you'll just see a huge difference in the way you lash. Okay, and my last tip, this is so common, it happens to everybody, it is like in the back of our minds every time we lash, but it is worrying about time over the quality of your lashes. So this is something that we all have to fight through, but you cannot focus on how fast you're moving or how much time you're taking, especially in the beginning when you're trying to isolate properly and you're trying to give your client a quality set. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, if clients are coming to you, they walk out of there and it's your name on their eyes, because if people ask, they'll say who they got it done by, and it's you. So you want to make sure that you're not sitting there and focusing on how long you're taking, but rather focusing on what your set's going to look like in the end. Now, once you start to get a little bit more into your groove, yes, you can totally start doing little tweaks, little adjustments to kind of speed up your time and speed up your process. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure, even if you're doing those things to speed up your process, your quality of your sets are still coming out the way it would even if it took you 5 hours. The idea is to make sure that your 5-hour sets and your 3-hour sets look the exact same. When you start and you're taking 5 hours or you're taking 6 hours, that's fine. It's totally normal. You just need to make sure that you're reiterating to your client that this is not something that can be done within a short amount of time. It's something that takes a while. You need to let them know that you are a beginner. You need to let them know that it could take 5 hours. Some people, and you'd be surprised, I know a lot of people are hesitant to say that because they don't want to lose the client, but this is a part of the process. You need to be able to communicate with your clients and let them know, like, hey, like, this is where I'm at, this is how much it is, because all of that reflects on the price. So now if you're overpricing your client, like if you're charging your client $100 for a classic, and I mean, I'm just saying hypothetically, if you're charging them $100 for a classic and then it takes you 6 hours, I mean, yeah, your client's gonna be a little bit upset. So you need to make sure that the value in which you're giving them reflects on your price. So that being said, all of these things take time, and all of these things come to you as you grow and as you become a better lash artist. But at the end of the day, what it is you do not need to focus on the time, you need to focus on the quality of your sets. Okay, that is it for this video. If you guys like these tips, if you guys like these little what not to do's, definitely comment down below and let me know if you guys want a part 2, because I'm sure I can come up with some more stuff for you. But yeah, these are just the ones I think are super important. These are just some of the tips that I thought helped me and can really change the way you lash just by adjusting a few little things. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye!